damn it, boy.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of Honda Street Garage. We're finally going to get back to the EF and trying to see if we can't get this thing out on the road, driving around, put some fresh gas in it, and I'll go over some of the other details about how I got it running with the automatic shifter and stuff. I realized I didn't talk about that much in the previous video, so I'm going to go over all that stuff of how I've got it running and set up as far as the wiring is concerned, as far as doing an automatic to manual. Just to let you guys know, I went ahead and drained the gas tank. I let that drain for a couple hours just to get every little bit I could out, and it looked normal. It didn't look bad or anything like that. I put the bolt back in, put it back on the ground. You saw in the previous video, there was water on the ground underneath where the radiator was, but not that much came out of percentage-wise as far as how much I put in. I also filled it back up again yesterday and didn't see any water come out, so I don't know if it's good or not. But we're gonna find out today if the radiator's good and if it'll hold water and bleed the system and all that stuff once we get it running with some good gas. I also want to give a big shout out and a thank you to all you guys that sent me positive messages about the last video failure. I guess I didn't realize how sad it came across, but I want to give a big thank you to all you guys out there supporting me and giving me words of encouragement through all my messages and stuff. And I got a ton of messages that I've got piled up through Instagram, so if I haven't gotten back to you yet, I will get back to you guys. So just hold on. It takes me a couple days to get through all the messages. I think I had over like 120, 130 messages, so I try to sit down each night and go through about 20 of them at a time, maybe even 30, and then, so I will get back to you. Anyway, so let's go back over what is the status of this thing. I have it on the ground. I've filled the radiator back up with water. I haven't seen any water leaking out of it. You can see I've got the gas cap off here. We're gonna put gas in this thing. I'm going to change the fuel filter as well because I'm sure that needs to be changed anyway. Maybe even throw some fuel injector cleaner just to kind of, you know, clean the system out. Hopefully that'll work. We still have the Bobo seat in here, and if you didn't see in my previous video, I have a Integra center armrest. I think what I'm going to do is, because it's so dark in here and it's so bright and beautiful outside, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just push the car outside. Okay, so I've been stuck on doing certain stupid things for the last couple hours, so I haven't been filming. I've got the door panel on. It looks, you know, awful, but for some reason I could not get the seatbelt to unlock. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know why it's doing that, but it is what it is. Now, as far as getting the car to run while you've done the conversion, what I've done is actually just separated this little piece off of the automatic shifter, and I've got this little tab, and it's stuck in the park position technically. So it will allow the car to turn on and start. But if you move this little slider out of the position, if you slide it down, basically going reverse, neutral, drive, 2, 1, it will not start. So we're just gonna tuck this right here, and it should be good. So you can pull the key in and out, and that's how you wire it, basically. Simple as that. The thing you gotta remember is that there is no clutch neutral safety switch. You could wire one up. If you wanted to wire up the neutral safety switch, these two big black wires right here, which go to this plug right here, you would run those to the neutral safety switch at the clutch. It's an old car. I'm not really that worried about it. I know I never leave my car in gear, and so I shouldn't have an issue. If you leave it in gear and you go to start it, it will jump forward. Now, we've had this here full of water. The reason why I'm using only water at the moment, because I'm not sure if this radiator leaks or not. It's not that cold. It's actually pretty warm today, but what I wanted to do was start the car and bleed the cooling system. However, Graham still isn't back with the gas can, and it's been quite a few number of hours. He has not returned, so I'm not really sure what to do at this point. I'm kind of stuck. He hasn't returned with the gas can. He's busy doing some stuff, I guess. So we can't really put gas in it or find out anything else. There's still a little gas in it, apparently, and that's why it's starting. Thought I drained every bit of it out. It stopped dripping, but then again, I couldn't really lean the car completely back and also drain it, so I'm sure there's still some gas in there. Okay, so we found some gas. Good news. It's warming up. We don't have much gas, got about a gallon. And we are bleeding the coolant. We got hot heat blowing out of the vents, which is a good sign. I did remove the power steering belt. I was just revving it, that's why it's kind of frothy. Just to try to get it to warm up. The question is really, will the car drive around and not sputter? So I'm gonna try to make it to a gas station. There's one right up the street. So the temperature's sitting pretty still. We have hot heat blowing out of the vents. Now we're gonna let this bleed for a little bit and then try to get it to the gas station. Made it to the gas station. Give her the best. Well, let's see if this gas gauge works. Maybe the sending unit is bad. Maybe we'll check that because it might be stuck. The bad news is the fuel pump, you have to drop the tank, but the sending unit is actually right here. So I guess we'll check that. We know the tank is full, so that needle is not moving. Okay, it's gonna be very dangerous to try to hold the camera and drive, so we'll see if I can get this thing back to the shop. No seatbelt. This is gonna be so sketchy. I have to cross 4 lanes of traffic, and it's busy. She's loud like a race car. Give her the beats. We made it. We made it back to the shop road, so we're out of danger. I don't wanna go tearing and ripping it. Good news is it's not sputtering. Great. Clutch grab's great. The wheels, the tires are awful, but the brakes work, shifts. I think we might be good other than some wheels and tires. Well, there's that. So we stole Charlie's spare wheels and put them on this thing. Just to kind of, have a decent set of tires for at least a little bit. We're gonna spray it off. we're gonna open up this sending unit top here. See if we can't get the gas gauge to work. Yeah, the gas gauge is not moving even though we just filled up the tank. It's got this weird little ring. Yeah, lock ring. I have to move. I'm sure this is not. I might need the hammer too. So I haven't been able to knock anything loose, but apparently I knocked it loose enough so that the gas gauge is now working. Sweet baby Jesus, I tell you what, that's how you do a thing right there. Just beat on it, that's it. You want to fix something, just get a hammer and hit it, boy. I tell you what, damn it, boy. She got a full tank gap plate, boy. So I guess we're just gonna leave it. Everything seems to be good now. I was not able to bust this little, you're supposed to spin this thing and then it lifts out, but I guess we beat it enough and shook it so that it's moving now. Now I just gotta put the console back in. All I do know is I got a full tank of gas, so we're gonna reset that counter. Oh yeah, kill him. You won't believe what I just found. She got AC. What? She got AC. And it's cold. The compressor keeps turning off because there's not quite enough freon in it, but it's still cold for what it is. That's crazy. I can't believe she got AC. She got AC. I can't believe it either. She got AC, it's crazy. Now I need to put the center console back together. I don't know if you can see that. It's very dark in here. Sun's going down. Okay guys, so this is what we got going on here. The car drives actually pretty damn decent. It is loud as hell when you drive it around, for sure. Now, if you can see, I've got a bunch of stuff. Oh, that's Haji warming up his car. Now, if you can see, I've actually got the dash pulled apart underneath, and that is because I wanted to pull the fan out, and here's the fan. There was a bunch of stuff in there already, and there's tons of dirt inside this thing. I don't know if you can see it. There's bugs stuck in here. So, you know, even if you drop the leaves and stuff out of here, you know, you've got all this dirt and grime. So I'm gonna take this home tonight. I'm gonna clean it and then bring it back tomorrow, and then assemble all that stuff underneath the dash. You cannot fit a camera underneath there. It was a nightmare. I had to take nearly all of the bolts out to be able to move everything, hang upside down with no seat in it. I should have taken it out when the dash was out. I don't know why I completely forgot about that, but I did. But everything else is actually running pretty good. This thing starts up, runs fine. It's got good heat. The motor pulls really well. It shifts fine. Even the AC works, so it needs a little more Freon. But I can't believe the AC works. It's amazing. Okay, it's actually been a couple days since the last clip that you guys saw. I just got to the shop. I pulled the hatch out. I got it started. Struggled a little bit at first, but started up, seems to be running fine now. I need to kind of put some miles on this thing and just, you know, get it back into driving form. And the reason why there hasn't been that many videos this last week is because it's been raining nonstop. And I wasn't even gonna actually come film today, but there was like a break in the weather, clear skies, but it's actually supposed to start pouring rain again for the next few days. And I know most of you might be like, oh, well, you know, it's just raining. What's the big deal? Why can't you make videos? Well, the issue is that the garage gets absolutely soaked when it rains, but also the drivers in this state are absolutely awful, and when it rains, there's nothing but accidents, and I particularly don't like taking the EJ1 out because it gets so filthy and dirty and rainy, and right now it's my DD until I can get this thing kind of fully fledged on the road. I think I'm gonna go drive this thing around a little bit. All right, it's been a little bit of time. I actually went to my buddy's house and picked up a new brake light. This one does have a little crack hole in it. You can see I have the interior in, light-wise. See if I can give you guys some light. So I've got some Integra seats in the rear as well. A little dirty, gotta clean them up. There's a little bit of a gap on either side, but the back seat half fits pretty damn good. The bottom lower portion does not fit super great, but it's cleaner and it's better than what I had in here before. The driver's side seat has a little tear right here, but you can't hate on it because they were for free. The other side is in great condition and the color kind of matches, so I'm gonna rock these for a little bit. Obviously Probably not gonna be a permanent thing, but just for the time being, better than the Dookie seats. I might actually do a pan swap to properly bolt the Integra seats in. The DC Integra seats surprisingly bolt up in 3 places. They just don't bolt up into the rear corner, you know, which is a safety concern. However, for the time being, it's okay. I'm not racing this thing. I'm not really driving this thing to anything crazy, so it's in there pretty still. I finally got the seat belt figured out. It now retracts. So now the seat belt works. Now, a lot of you probably had a crazy question of like, how did I do that? Simply what I did was I just took the piece apart and put it back together, and for some reason that's what fixed it. I know that sounds really weird. I had never taken those apart before, so I didn't really know what to do, and it's, you know, it was kind of a trial and error. I had to take it apart 2 or 3 times to really get it to work properly. Okay, so other than that, the seats look pretty cool. Now, as far as the back is concerned, the carpet, he even had the rear carpet for a DC2 Integra attached. It fits pretty well, but it is a little long. I still have the original carpet, which I'll probably fit onto these seats. Thing is I just picked these seats up, and it's getting kind of late, so I'm gonna call it a day today. I'm gonna go home and start editing a video. Anyway, I just want to give a big thank you to all you guys that have been supporting me. Again, if you would like any merch, hoodies, t-shirts, or anything, it really does help support the channel. There's a link in the description. Remember, you can always find me on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter, but you can message me and get a hold of me through Instagram, the easiest. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Click subscribe if you haven't already. Click like if you like this video. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out and keep living your dream.